How are you? Let me see, raise this up a little bit. Okay. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm here for your weekend vibe. Trying to watch the clock here. I don't want to spend. Oh my God, yesterday's vibe was like 57 minutes. Sometimes I get carried away. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. It just happens that way. The messages are big. I just did my Facebook page one and it was much longer than I usually do. So we'll see what happens. Hey Maud, how you doing? First one in today. I'm here much earlier than yesterday. Let's see. Father in Heaven, Spirit Guide, show me clearly. What do you want to tell the collective of my YouTube page here? Oh, really? 50. Thank you, guys. Oh, and to whoever gave me the donation yesterday, I'm trying to remember what your name was on PayPal. Thank you so very much. Very generous donation. Thank you. I was going to post it in my comment, but I was like, I'm like, they probably have the wrong, different name they do on YouTube. So I was like, who was it? Let's see. Coming out of pain, coming out of being stabbed in the heart, coming out of being betrayed. Wow, as I say, betrayed, a million cards just bleh. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Let's see. No longer wanted to feel stabbed in the heart. I'm going to flip all these cards over. You have hopes and dreams. This didn't give you what you wanted. You wanted something that was going to grow stably and slowly, progressively, to give you everything you wanted, and you're coming out of sadness because you have come to this realization that you no longer want to be in pain. Pain. Okay, let me see. You no longer want to be in pain. In a union that's supposed to be togetherness. It's not enough. There was no change. They left you alone. They left you out in the cold. They abandoned you. You're tired of being overlooked. You want something to be done fairly, and you're done dealing with the bad karma. You're like, I'm done reaping the bad shit. Done reaping of the bad. Yeah, see? Like, it's just not enough. It's not enough. It's not enough. You didn't want to work with me. I can't force you to work with me. We can't be on the same page if you don't want to be on the same page with me. Feelings is what I'm getting here. What else? Sorry, guys. I have like mascara running down my face. Tried to clean it up as much as I possibly could before I came on. But you know me, when I'm in my pajamas, I just don't care. I just don't care how I look. Well, you know, whatever. I care to a degree. If my mascara was down here, I would definitely be like wiping it up. Let's see, what else? What else? They were a player and they worked. It's like, ew, okay. It's kind of weird. This is, somebody put a lot of energy into being a player. Like it was like their job was being a player. Like they loved it so much that it was like their thing. It was their thing to be the player. All right? But this player energy is what broke everything up. It's what broke the partnership. It's what broke the union. This lack of passion, lack of love. Clearly there was passion at some point. Lack of love. Now somebody doesn't want to communicate. Stillness. Stillness. I don't know why I'm feeling stillness right now. Why? Explain. Okay, that came out by accident. Because you are ready for a new beginning. You will not accept this person, even if they come forward. It's like they'll never give you the love that you wanted, and you're ready to return to something or to a life that's going to emotionally fulfill you. Okay, because this didn't give you what you wanted. Clearly, guys, I'm warm. I'm sorry. I know this shirt's a little transparent, but We're mostly girls here anyway, so who cares? Let's see. Alrighty. Let's see. I'll just put my hair down here like a mermaid. So you don't see everything. Okay. You know what? No, let me pick it up. What's the advice? What's the advice here you want to give my group today? Father in Heaven, Spirit Guides, show me clearly. What's the advice you want to give my group here with their story? And I mean, because it's like, you know, more or less, we're always talking about the DM. It could be a family member. Sometimes, you know what? Sometimes we automatically assume that the reading is about our DMs or our DFs or whomever, or the karmic or this and that. The other day I was listening to a reading and I got interrupted by a phone call. And then I put the reading back on. And the reader said something, and I forget the reader's name, who it was. She said something and it triggered my thought process to something completely different. And I was like, wow, before the phone rang, I thought this reading was about so-and-so. And then I realized it wasn't about my DM it was about my mother. And I was like, holy shit, why didn't I think of that before? Like, why do I automatically just assume that it was my DM? Because I think that's why a lot of times we come on these pages. And then it's like, you have to like look at the bigger picture. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's somebody else in your life that's really triggering you, right, in this other avenue, right? And and then you didn't realize it. And well, I was like, wow, look, see, even me, like I sometimes I get confused. And I was like, you know what? That is my story with my mother right now. So I was like, this is totally my mom. Okay. Advice. Come out of this heartbreak. Don't close your heart off. So you're saying, don't close your heart off. This won't let you grow. This won't let you grow. What about this community? And it won't let you grow in the community? Maybe. Maybe it won't let you grow in a community. Maybe if you close your heart, you won't be with like true people. You won't be with true friends if you close your heart off. But then, hold on a second. So why? It's like you can't speak your truth. Why? Explain this. Or maybe you shouldn't speak your truth to certain people. Weren't we talking about this yesterday? Maybe sometimes it's better just to not say something. That's what Spirit was telling us yesterday. This is interesting. Hold on a second. Don't speak your truth to the community, to a group of people. It's not going to grow. There's no power in it. It won't let you truly take the journey on healing. So, all right. There could be people, it's almost like whoever this person is that you're dealing with, whoever the story was that we were talking about originally when I first logged in, right? It's almost like they're saying, don't speak your truth to them. You don't need to talk to them. There's no power in this communication. It's interesting. It won't let you fully take the journey of healing on. And because you're not thinking with love, right? And yesterday, let me try to think. We were talking about this, right? 11, I know, right? 11, and I just say 11. It's like, remember yesterday? Oh yeah, it was the hostility card. It was like we handled something properly, fairly. You didn't overreact to a situation. So I think Spirit's trying to say, like, don't close your heart, otherwise you won't grow. Just don't speak your truth. You don't need to speak to them. Not their truth. Just don't. You don't have to. If you feel like you have to communicate, they're saying don't. There's no power in words. There's no power in words. Yes, you're right. the shadow side is surfacing, right? To heal. There's no power in words, but you're like in the middle right now of taking that journey to heal completely. Because sometimes it is best just to say nothing at all and just walk away. And honestly speaking, it does mind fuck them even more. You know what I mean? When you say nothing and you just say, you're just like, okay. And you just walk away. That really makes somebody go in their head. Because now they don't even know where you stand. And there's actually, you have more power when you say nothing at all. Let's see, what else? So I think if you do fight, it's going to keep you stuck. It's like you're coming to this place where it's like you know you need to go within. You know you need to isolate yourself a little bit. Listen, and we don't all have time, you know? Sometimes it's just 10 minutes. Sometimes it's like 10 minutes before you fall asleep at night in bed, right? Oh, what song is that? You say it best when you say nothing at all. But it's the truth, right? That's like saying, you know, like this, you know you're screwed with a woman when she's like, uh-huh, okay. Because we're not saying it, but in our head we're like, ah! Right? All those memes they have about women and how we respond to things. Like, okay, sure, no problem. So Spirit is saying, like, it's like you're getting to this place. I think you're starting to see clearly that you need this time out, right? Sorry, my nose is a little stuffy. You need to go within. If you take this meditation, you might be able to start seeing things a little bit more clearly, right? And it's all about personal healing, right? Let's see. See, the card that was our main topic. It was 1222. So it was a 1222. Was the hostility card. And now the hostility card is out again today, but it's in the reverse. And when it's in the reverse, it means blowing up. It means being explosive. When it's in the upright, it means dealing with it accordingly. This could have been hostile, but no, you chose to take action properly. In the reverse, this is hostility. This is battle. This is war. So it's almost like they're saying you need to go within and meditate on the war that could have happened, the battle that could have happened, right? What else? My ears are ringing right now. My left ear is like, ring. See, go into spirit. Go into spirit with this hostility. Maybe you need to review this in your meditation and go into spirit. Almost like, well, I could have responded this way. Maybe if you go into spirit and you meditate, in your meditation, if you like think about how you would have handled it the explosive way, maybe you'll receive some kind of clarity. Maybe you'll see some type of truth, right? And also I feel like another message they're trying to tell you is the hostility, the battle, the war, almost like they're saying, just give it to God. Give it to God. So you know what? God, you deal with the hostility. Because I'm going to grow right now. Because I'm not grounded enough to deal with this bullshit. That's what it's saying. So if you want to grow, give it to God. So you can be stable. Because this situation isn't stable. You're in your head right now because you're having anxiety over a family life, a family dynamic, of how to handle something in a family dynamic. Maybe you need to give that to God too a little bit. Say, God, Jesus, take the wheel. Sorry, my dishwasher is very loud. Just kicked back in. See, by you being bounded by this constant anxiety, okay? Oh, nice. I like that. Well, I'm an Aries. It's the god of war. I always said that to people growing up. I'm like, I'm an Aries. I'm the god of war. Don't fuck with me. I'm like, you really want to go there? Because it's not going to be fun. But I'm an evolved Aries now. A young Aries can be very hostile. I really have more Pisces in my chart anyways. So they're saying like, you being stuck in your head is tying you up, is keeping you bounded, and will lead you to no victory. Okay, so that's why I said you need to give it to God. Just let it go. Let it go, let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. Right? Yep. You need love in your heart. Even though you don't, it's like you just need to focus on love. Even I think Spirit's trying to say, even with the hostile person, even with the person that you wanted to battle, think of it in a loving manner, if that makes any sense. Morning. Yeah, so it's like, think of this person that you wanted to deal with hostility, and you're probably like, right? They're saying, even though you don't, it's like behind closed doors, think of them in a loving manner, if possible, okay? Because, like, people don't need to see this, that you're just trying to be this, you're trying to be nurturing, you're trying to be caring. It's like, people don't need to see it on the outside, but it's almost like this, mentally you need to get into this heart space and mind space where you need to not want to battle. And I also, I don't know why Spirit is guiding me to this, like this is what's going to also propel you into your healing. It's taking this journey. So like I said, I'm an evolved Aries, right? I don't really handle things like that anymore. If your go-to was to like fight, like be on guard and like ready, like verbally fight, maybe physically, I don't know, depends. But I'm just saying, like if you were somebody who your go-to was just fight, they're saying just don't be like that. Just say nothing, walk away. Just like maybe just put it into perspective, right? And just be like, okay, well, breathe and just say, okay, I don't need to deal with this person anymore. Or if you do, it's like I don't need to communicate with them. I don't need to be hostile. All right? I just need to think of them in the most loving way possible, even if it's hard as fuck, right? Morning. I know I have my coffee too. I know, and it's hard. It's almost like they're saying, don't even show that you care, but still care. Like, remember the love that you had for this person at one time. And just remember that. All right, explain, please. There's no value in being deceitful. So there's no value for you to be in a very dark place. It's like you're not worth anything. Like if you think that you're evolved, Spirit is saying, well, how could you be evolved if like behind closed doors you're like, you know what I mean? Oh, really? Yeah. You know what I mean, though? How can you be evolved? And how could you be a valuable component, a valuable person, if you're deceitful behind closed doors? You just have to like think with love. All you need is love. Do 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 do. All you need is love. All you need is love, love, Love is all you need. Just couldn't go any further. Yeah, I know. I get that. You almost feel pity because you're like, it's like you almost like you feel bad. Because once you evolve and you see that they're still stuck, it's like you don't even see what you do to yourself. You know, you're in this mind state where you're like, you can't even see that you are your own worst enemy. I've said that to a few people, like that I've had to deal with in my past boyfriends, ex-husband-to-be, right? Stuff like that, or friends. And people are like, well, like, and I said, you know what? I said, I'm not doing anything. I'm stepping back. And they were like, what? You know, wanting to fight. And I'm like, no, you don't even realize that you're your own worst enemy. That everything that happens in your life that's bad is because of what you do and what you say and the actions that you take. So it's like you feel bad because they don't even see it, you know? Oh, sorry about that. Yes, it's like they're at war with themselves. They don't know. They don't see it. Okay, Spirit is saying this something wasn't meant to be. This wasn't meant to be. Being stuck. You need to come out of being stuck. If this is keeping you stagnant in your life, they're saying you need to come out of being stuck. This is not meant to be. Don't even worry about this past situation. There's no loose ends to tie up, basically they're saying. It's just time to go. And you know this, it's funny. It's time to go the distance because you still don't know where your home is at yet. It's like home is where the heart is. So it's like you don't know where the heart is yet. But what do we always talk about? You need to love yourself mostly, right? When you truly love yourself, it doesn't matter who's in your life. You're always at home with yourself, right? Home is where the heart is. And this is right now unstable. It's almost like they're saying like, you're about to make a choice here. Or it's time to, all right, because this is the advice. It's time to think about making a choice and no longer dealing with bullshit. And no longer going to deal with toxic people. No longer going to deal with this chaos anymore. It's like you need to come to this mental choice and decision so you can take action, you know, and not deal with the bullshit. Because if you constantly deal with toxic people, you're constantly going to go back into this old cycle of way, right? All right, what else? What's healing advice here I want to give to the collective? Healing advice here for the collective. Don't be rejected. Oh, I'm like, what? Accept the fact of self-sabotage. And then it says, and say what you mean. I think this is exactly what we were just talking about, guys. Accept self-sabotage and say what you mean. Those are 3 cards that just came out. It's like, did you self-sabotage yourself? Because you were accepting the rejection from somebody, right? Or the person that you deal with all the time, how they self-sabotage themselves, and you need to say what you mean, kind of like what I was just telling you, how I actually say to these people, like, I'm not fighting with you. You'll see the truth one day, and it's yourself. You know, like, I'm not going to fight. Like, you're your own worst enemy. You are digging your own grave. I don't need to dig a grave for you because it's deep. It's deep, and I didn't do it. You know what I mean? So take it as it resonates for you in your own personal story. Don't sell yourself out anymore, guys. See? Don't sell yourself out. Don't sell yourself short. This is not your dream. This is not a dream come true. Or like, if you thought this was your dream come true, they're saying it wasn't a dream come true, and you couldn't see the signs. And I feel like also like with the sellout and the self-sabotage, I feel like Spirit is also trying to tell you with these cards that are kind of, I see right now, it's like stop. I almost feel like they're saying stop manifesting it so. Do you realize? Do you manifest it? Do you realize? Because they're saying stop. Don't manifest it anymore. I love that song, Take Me to Church. I was singing that yesterday. Right? In our live or the Facebook Live, Take Me to Church. It's like, do you realize that you actually, do you, sometimes we manifest things, we don't even realize it. You know? Kind of like saying like, oh, I feel fat today. I look fat. Oh, I look gross. I look gross. Like you actually, those manifest. You're saying something into existence. You're speaking into existence, right? We all do it, right? And then what ends up happening? You do get fat, or you do start to look gross, or you do, you know. So you might be speaking something into existence that is self-sabotaging yourself. Like, I always get the assholes. They're all fucking assholes. Or, you know, there's no good men out there. You're attracting that into your life. If we're talking about men, you know, or DMs or whatever it is. But if you say the opposite, right? Or you say, well, he was an asshole, but I know there's good guys out there. Because think about it. Don't you know a few? Think about that. Well, so-and-so has this guy and this guy and this guy, and they're great. If they could find him, I could find one. You know what I'm saying? So don't sell yourself short. Okay? Stop selling yourself out. All right? This wasn't a dream. This wasn't dreamy. And you weren't listening to the signs. But you need to stop manifesting it to existence. Start saying, I'm going to meet the best fucking guy out there. He's going to be like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, right? You need to start saying it like, oh God, I'm so sorry. My phone keeps ringing. I forgot to shut my ringer off. And I don't think I can actually do it while I'm live. Let's see. What else? What else? It's like you're not quite ready to take the adventure, to move forward, to take action. The card is spinning. Okay, let's see. But it's like you're almost out of patience right now. Or maybe they're saying, if this is advice, like you're almost there. You're almost about to do this. You're almost like, maybe you're on the cusp of doing this, the cusp of accepting this, the cusp of seeing this, become new, old soul in reverse, become a new soul, evolve to the next phase, love and compassion. You don't need to show it, just internally love it, right? You don't need to show the love and the compassion. It's like within yourself. Give that person love. I love you, but you are not good for me. Hopefully, you'll see the errors in your way and you can change yourself so you can have a better relationship with the next person you're with, right? Let's see, what else? Be graceful in your path, okay? Be composed. What were we saying yesterday? Be the high priestess and the empress together. Be composed. Just be good. Just be good. You know? And the more composed you are on the outside, the more composed you will be on the inside. It's powerful when you don't get triggered anymore. And once you reach that point, it's really, you're going to just be like, wow, like, I can't even believe how I'm responding. That I'm not exploding and I'm not like wanting to fucking beat somebody's head off. You know what I mean? When you really have your composure on the most chaotic, stressful, triggering moment, and you just like pull back, you're like, you yourself will be in awe of yourself. Because you're just going to be like, wow, like I can't believe that I'm at that place in my life where I could handle a situation that way. And just be like, okay then, I'm just going to walk away now. And just walk on by, you know, walk away, like, okay, be graceful in your new path of your new self. Because when you heal, when you truly heal, you truly become something new. You're not. I was just going to say, what did they say? The leopard, they always say a leopard can't change her spots, and then I have a ladybug in reverse and there's spots. But you can change your spots. There is this movie, it's called A Knight's Tale. I don't know why, I'm reminding, Heath Ledger's in it. God rest his soul. I loved him. It's a very cute movie, A Knight's Tale. And in the very beginning of the movie, he's like this peasant boy, and he really wants to be a knight, and he wants to, what's the name of the sport with the horses and the jousting, right? The joust. So he really wants to be a knight so he could joust, right? Yeah, it's a great movie. But the very beginning of the movie, the little boy's up like on the thing where they put the head and the arms in, and he's like watching some guys in there, and they're watching the jousting from the outside because they're peasants. They can't afford to go inside the stadium. They don't have that kind of money. They can't, right? They're nobodies. And they're watching, and the little boy says, one day I'm going to be a knight, right? And he goes, and I'm gonna joust. And the guy who's in the stockle thingy or whatever the hell it's called, right? And he looks up at the little boy and he goes, what are you talking about? You're a Thatcher's son. You're never gonna be a knight. And then the father looks at the guy and then looks at the boy and he goes, anybody can change their stripes. You can do whatever you want. It's just, you have the power within you to do whatever you want, basically is what he's saying, right? And it's like, actually just like this most beautiful, pure, and the little boy just like looks off in awe, and he's like, yeah, I can do this one day. And he struggled, but he actually did get to this place, right? At the end of the movie. It's a cute movie. It's beautiful. Actually, I really like it. And that's same to be said for anybody, right? Just because I used to be a hothead when I was younger doesn't mean I am now, because, you know, you grow. If you choose to stay who you are forever, which is so fucking boring, if you're only one type of person forever, anybody can change. You just have to want it. And you have to accept your faults and say, you know what? I don't like this characteristic of myself. I'm going to change it. And then you take action to change it. And then as soon as something happens that would trigger you to, no, I'm not going to handle it like that anymore. I know I handled it like this in the past. And let me tell you something, it's hard. It's a lot of work to get to that place, but you can. Right? Yeah, see? And it's funny, the two cards that fell out, I saw the spots, but I didn't actually read. I know this is a good luck card, and but it's in reverse. It's almost like if you stay in your old self, you'll never be prosperous, and you won't have good fortune on your side. If you let yourself, if you sell yourself short, if you allow yourself to be sold short. It's time to change. Thank you. Thank you. I need to touch it up. I need a shower and touch it up. All right, my blowout lasts for 3 days, at least. Depends on my activities. So it's like, it's time to be graceful. It's time to find that new path, right? Hello, Taurus. It's time to become new. It's time to no longer sell yourself out. And I feel like Spirit's saying you're just on the cusp. Yeah, You can ask something, I guess. Sure, if I can answer it. I was like a gremlin. Stop. Feed it after dark and the beast comes out. Always felt that. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You know? Me too. And my family was the most triggering. My family. Friends in reverse. Friends in reverse, not friends. What about this friends in reverse card, please? Any chance? Something more between me and my... wait a minute. Me and my friend Joanne. My name is John. Hers is Joanne. Well, it's funny that you just said me and my friend. And the friend in reverse came out. Let me see. Somebody is not a friend. As it was funny, the friend in reverse card came out, and I was thinking about whoever you are, Taurus J, saying, "Can I ask a question, please?" I'm like, I wonder if this is the answer to the question that you said. Friends in reverse, not a friend, guardian, something is protecting you. Not a friend, you're protecting, are you protecting a friend? Do you need to see something clearly? You see something clearly. You can't juggle this. Choose to know the truth because you can. Open your inner vision. You can see through deception. Let the past go and make room for a better life. Rise up. Magic and wisdom are your birthright. Does that answer your question? But the friends in reverse card came. This is probably somebody who wasn't loyal. I don't know. But I don't. What she feels? What do you mean by that? All right, I'm just going to ask, what does she feel real quick? And I'll see what they give me. What does this person feel? What does this person feel? All right, well, I asked what she feels. Okay? And I got the Queen of Swords in reverse and the Empress in reverse. I don't know how what she shows you on the outside, and it's funny because we got the Friends in reverse card, not loyal. This is one distorted bitch. I'm sorry to say that. Distorted. You asked me how she feels by these two cards. Whatever it isn't good. Maybe she likes to control you. She likes to manipulate you. She's distorted. I don't know. This is what they're telling me. I said, how does she feel? These are the two cards that came out. These are not good if you're going to talk about feelings. Very distorted. Do you really want a needy person who's going to manipulate you? Third party situation? No happiness here. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. I don't know you. I don't know your story, but this is what Spirit's telling me to tell you right now. If you're thinking about getting into a relationship with this friend of yours, or if it's just she's not a good person, is what they're showing me right now. This isn't this is not somebody you would want. It's not what I would want. So that's why I'm saying that to you. Yeah, you don't want, this is an unloyal person. And it's almost like Spirit is trying to protect you. Okay? I think, you know, it's funny you say that. Only my DM, I think my DM was a catalyst. My DM was totally a catalyst. You're very welcome, Taurus J. Okay, you're very, very welcome. Okay, I'm going to close out this reading. Okay, you know, tarot has been amazing for me. When I was at my rock bottom, right before I got to my rock bottom, I've always been into tarot cards, right? That's when I really, really became obsessed with it. It really was an obsession. But like, that's when I started to learn how to read. I mean, I was always intuitive, but then I put it all together, right? It's really like quite amazing. And it made me heal, right? It made me see things differently. It made me heal. And that's what made me want to start this channel. And it's funny because I started with just doing zodiac signs. And then I started with doing the twin flame readings. And then I was like, you know what? People just need to heal. Like, why do people stay with people they shouldn't be with? And then you hear all these fluff readers. Oh, you're very welcome. And they tell people to stay. And I truly believe in my heart, the reason why they tell people to stay is because they themselves are waiting for their DM to come back, you know? But like, why would you stay in a toxic position when somebody doesn't care enough for you to make you a priority? And I hear all these readings saying like, oh, don't worry, he's still with the karmic, but he's thinking of you and he knows you're waiting. What? Excuse my language, and you know I got a fucking dirty ass mouth and I don't say this much. I don't use this word much. What kind of pussy ass shit is that? I'm so sorry. What kind of power is it that you are staying? We were talking about this yesterday. Staying in a toxic relationship. Why would you stay and wait for somebody who's having sex with somebody else, who is living with somebody else, who is having a life with somebody else, and you're just like, I love you and I'm going to wait for you? That's a pansy-ass shit move. I'm sorry. That's not loving yourself. Unless you really, 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 truly cannot ever love another person, which is ridiculous. Sorry. Right? Everybody can love somebody else. You need to be open to it. And I think that was in my Facebook page reading I was talking about this morning. It's like you can love anybody. And it's funny, I can't talk to my Facebook page people like I can talk to you guys. Because you guys know. You guys are watch readers. You know my lingo. You understand the shit, right? My Facebook people are PG. I kind of was like, oh, I'm friends with you. Join my group, join my group, join my group, join my group. And they're newbies. Like, they don't understand any of this stuff. There's a couple people who do. But for the most part, they don't. Like, I can't be this blunt. I'm blunt, but not like this, right? Yes, they say what people want to hear. True, but I also think it's because they themselves are waiting. That's not strong. Okay? See? It's time to be passionate, okay? It's time to be passionate. Spirit wants to know that you are fucking protected. You got Archangel Michael on your back. He is protecting you. And they want you to have comfort in this fact that Archangel Michael is protecting you and following your passions, okay? They're trying to show you this. This is fucking awesome, actually. They're trying to show you this. Girl, and even for you, Taurus J, you're guarded. You're being protected. Don't you know this? We're all being protected. And Archangel Michael is saying you are safe. Have comfort in the fact that you are safe. If you are one of the ones who are evolving, or if you are the ones who are constantly trying to do the shadow work, you are actually taking baby steps forward, you are being protected by the universe, by God. And they want you to have comfort in this fact that you need to go after your passions, okay? Go after the thing. And if you think that you can't love again, you can. The only reason why you think you can't love again or you won't ever love anybody else again the same way is here. You're selling yourself out. Remember that card that came out? You're self-sabotaging yourself. You are putting the mind fuckery in your own mind if you feel that way, okay? You can't accept toxic behavior, I'm sorry. You don't love yourself if you accept toxic behavior. Yes, they do only realize after they awaken. Okay? What else? One more. I'm going to do one more card. Actually, that's a really good ending to this vibe today. I like it. I like it a lot. Forget what movie that's from. See? They want you to be passionate. You are protected. Have comfort in the fact they've been trying to show you, but you just were not listening. They were knocking on the door, but you weren't listening, okay? Yeah, well, nobody's in control. You're not in control of the twin flame journey. Nobody's in control. It's like saying you have control, or I have a control over the snowstorm that's going to come tomorrow, right? You can only be in control of your own thoughts, your own power, your own energy, your own behavior, your own communication, your own actions. Okay, guys? It's a very good weekend vibe reading. I'm loving these ending healing messages. I really should rename the daily vibe as Daily Vibe and Healing Messages, because then maybe more people will watch it, because it is a lot of shadow work here, okay? It's a lot of shadow work. All right, guys, yeah. Booyah. I can't wait to get back to the gym and get my muscles back. Have a great weekend, guys. Love and light.